Anyway.
This is Adam, and Blair's the one that writes our newsletter of our collective thoughts.
Adam,
once a month.
We've got to go to commercial first
to
do the Krispy Kreme condom commercial. We'll be back.
Shoot up while you're doing that.
Okay. So anyway, questions are to be taken, but first we're going to talk about the band.
How do we all meet?
Well, how did you meet?
Hi, it's Maynard. We all met at, we known as MIT, the Music Institute of Technology. We were all in separate schools. Danny in the Drum Institute, or Percussion Institute. Adam was in GIT, I was in VIT, and of course, Justin was in BIT. And end of semester project, they put one person from each area together to form a band and have a little battle of the bands, and we got second place.
It's pretty good. Second.
That wasn't good enough, though.
It's pretty good.
So we had to keep trying until we became number one.
And we got third last year.
So about keeping trying.
Isn't that funny how that works?
So what's happening right now is we're in a room, and we're staring at two monitors. One's playing the visuals, and one's a monitor with the questions. And there's a person screening the questions, so if you ask stupid questions, your question won't get answered. Laugh.
Our first show was played at a birthday party. Actually, our second show was played at a birthday party at the Central, which is now the Viper Room. The very first show was kind of a sound check, kind of a first run at the Green Jello Loft.
Oh, that's guess what?
Nope.
And that was Maynard that just told you that, in case you didn't recognize the voice. What about the new box set, though?
We came up with the name Tool because there was a fire sale, a bunch of band names, and it was the cheapest one.
What about the new box set, though?
I wanted to say that David Bottrell's with us, too. The guy who,
he's not Mike, so don't really ask too many questions.
If you want to ask a David Bottrell question, you can ask the David Bottrell question.
We'll give him a mic.
For all you aspiring
I'll ask him one.
Producers.
Well,
another question?
We have a question here. It's too strange stuff.
Lacrimology is a form of eczema.
Okay.
And it usually centers around the groin area.
And that was Maynard again.
Okay, this is Adam.
Failed to introduce himself.
So we can pick which one to ask.
That was Maynard talking about eczema.
Get rid of him. That's not a very good one either. We're looking for some pretty good questions tonight.
Blair, can you put your pants on, please?
All right, what music are you listening to, Danny?
The Bulgarian Women's Choir, Maynard.
I'm not listening to any music.
Adam's not listening to the music.
Logical progression. It's Justin.
Lately, we, as a collective, have been listening to the tracks for our new upcoming record in April. Pretty much all we've been doing, kind of locked in the studio. Very
so you actually listen to the tracks?
Narcissistic behavior.
You do listen to the tracks of the new upcoming record?
Not while we're recording them, no.
Okay. That would be a question for David, but like I said, he's not Mike. Here's a good question. How is Salival different from Anima?
Anima came out in 1996, and Salival will come out in the year 2000.
That's a pretty big difference.
That is a big difference. This is Danny. Also, Anima was recorded in a studio. And most of Salival was recorded on stages in various places around America.
Anima is about 6 minutes long,
yeah. Anima, yeah.
They're also spelled differently.
Adam, more questions.
That's a good one for Adam.
Adam, the videos are based on what the songs are about, kind of done in a collective, surrealist way. And ideas for videos and where.
Maynard's underpants.
That's right.
That's where they mostly originate.
Just want to just note, just for the record, everyone's got about 3 or 4 beers in them right now.
Problem is, not enough. Creed. They're taking our reserves.
4-4?
Creed has been a bane to us this evening, you might want to say.
Hi, this is Maynard, and I would like to point out that we need more questions.
Yeah, I met those Creed guys on the way in. They had a bit of an effect.
That's Maynard.
good,
My
but
favorite
what's your
song
favorite
of Salival would be LA Municipal
then.
Court, because it does what most songs do not. It is in line with I would say, I could liken it to films like The Patriot, or
It's probably going to be the hit.
films like Strangeland,
It'll probably be the
or
More beer?
Yeah.
In That It Stretches Time.
Okay.
It is a song that stretches time.
hit. How come the first song on Opiate doesn't start right away? An Opiate, that's an earlier recording, right?
You need to buy a new CD player, because your Opiate should start right away. If it doesn't start right away, then you probably should take your CD player back to Sears and bring your receipt and see if there's a problem.
What is the talking right before Cold and
That's
Ugly?
the talking. This is Maynard. The talking right before Cold and Ugly is probably some kind of it's triggering a past life regression. There's no talking before Cold and Ugly, and you need to go see a therapist.
I don't know, Danny. You got another one? Do you know what that might be? How does your music evolve? Justin, maybe good for you.
Kind of in the circular pattern. And,
Circular.
yeah. Although it's coming in a box.
Okay. Hey,
It's getting larger and larger.
I'm going to take a cigarette break.
It's spiraling out.
15-minute cigarette break, but keep the questions coming.
More questions. That's a good one.
Well, why don't we take
inspiration.
this with each person?
Uh,
Maynard, what's your inspiration?
Maynard,
Would you prefer to go last?
my inspiration. Just life situations. Friction.
Okay. Guy sitting next to you, Adam.
Adam's inspirations are...
That's inspiration, not perspiration, by the way.
Okay. Well, this is right up his alley, the Undertale, the cover.
What isn't in the cover of Undertow? It's a sculpture that was photographed of sculpture made up of clay and plaster, and it was flocked with little hairs, which is little cut hairs in this electrical device.
Which were collected from Mo.
That's right.
When we shaved Mo the pig, we cut all the hair, and we used that as the flocking.
You tend to get
Block.
flock from imagery as reaction.
Really? From who?
This is Maynard. I really, my reaction to the word flack is extreme. I don't
like that word flack.
The word flack tends to really set me off.
Next question, please. Flack.
More questions.
We told you
Not
people
unlike
no
the
flack
word-
questions. We specifically
Not
said
unlike
flack.
the word housekeeper.
Didn't we specifically say no flack question?
Cleaning.
No legal, no flack.
Here's a good one. Have you guys ever had sex with each other?
Not that you're aware
It's
of.
possible. This is Danny.
Justin?
What is your musical inspiration?
Lately, have we all been kind of listening to Portishead lately, or Massive Attack? Anything?
A little.
Little Massive Attack?
Little.
Here and there.
Outtaker?
Sarah Brightman,
Outtaker.
but they don't want
A
that.
bit of
on.
Outtaker. A-U...
Download.
How do you spell that? A-U-C...
A-U-T-C-H-R-E.
A-U-T...
Who's your favorite band to tour with?
Our favorite band to tour with would probably be Led Zeppelin.
Mm-hmm. Are they going to do anything?
We're talking to those guys about reuniting and coming out with us.
Right.
But I didn't really want to do it because I have to play drums for both bands. No one else is worthy.
Okay, here's one for Danny. Adam, place the mic very close to your mouth.
Okay.
How's this?
No, not that. The
This
mic.
is Adam. Talking with this mic close.
Favorite of your albums? We'll start with
Adam doesn't have a favorite.
Iced Pea.
The next one.
It's an import. It's called Iced Pea.
Mine's the Bethlehem Abortion Clinic, but I'm just the host.
Bethlehem Abortion Clinic would be Maynard. This is Maynard speaking.
Right.
My second favorite
Right,
Tool
the
record would be
Apocalypse.
Bethlehem Abortion Clinic.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question.
My third favorite would be the collection of B-sides known as Crap Steak Smothered in Dictators. And my very first #1 favorite Tool record, Iced Pea.
Okay, there you had it.
This is Maynard. Have you used different process for making your different albums? The answer to that is yes.
Absolutely. David, anything to chime in on that?
I would, but I haven't done it.
That's right. We're not going to give you the
Where's
freaking
the
microphone.
mic?
Here's David Boswell, producer.
And can I explain? I'm not allowed to. My lawyer said that I was not allowed to explain what I meant by yes. I have no recollection of that event.
This is Danny. What were the processes different between Anima and this new record, David?
Well, the processes have been quite similar in that the studios we've been using are the same ones, but the inspiration has been different.
We're much balder now.
We're much balder, yes. We're more follically challenged on this record than we were on the last one.
This one's for David also while he's got
I'm
the mic.
speaking into the microphone.
What's your view on Christianity? That's a good one for
My
David.
view on Christianity? I'm sorry, I'd like to pass this question to somebody else.
I love fairy tales. And when I was a kid, my mom used to read me fairy tales all the time. Love them.
Yeah?
Was it Nazism or Christianity?
My favorite part's where Hitler gets a Christmas present.
All right, let's get off this subject for a second and go to this thing about what do you think of Napster? You know, I know
Changes his whole view on the world.
nobody's.
I love Napster.
This is
Adam,
this is
I
one of
love
those
Napster.
fake questions.
I think it's totally changed the whole technology of buying records versus downloading, and I just think it's great. It's great, and I think everyone should go and download our new album.
I think Adam's lying, firstly.
I think that's a fake question, actually. I think that's one of our own questions. If nobody was going to.
My view on Napster, this is Maynard, my view on Napster is that I think it's going to inspire lazy musicians to get off their fucking ass and go out and tour more because they're going to basically have a valueless catalog.
He's pretty serious about that. Any levity from you over here?
I think there's enough people thinking about Napster.
If someone downloads your album from Napster, is it going to flow differently than the CD will?
I think, yeah. This is Maynard. The downloading of our album off Napster, what we've done is, because of the digital technology, we've sewn in a virus. And I don't mean a virus for your computer. I mean a virus for your genitals. And it will accelerate your pubic hair growth to the point where you'll look like Cousin It. So you probably shouldn't do it.
But some will try, nevertheless. Favorite
The
cartoon?
Warner Brothers cartoons are absolutely our favorites because they were fairly complex. They appealed to adults as well as children, and nobody died.
That's Maynard again. They don't have cartoons in England.
This is Adam. I love Speed Racer. That was my favorite.
Danny, cartoon? He can't think of it.
I'd have to say Magic Roundabout. That's not a cartoon.
Can you let me open you another beer?
Kippy, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid? And don't say Scooby-Doo.
All right.
Kippy likes
Another vote for
Speed Racer.
Here's a good one. Collaborated with other bands.
Have we ever collaborated with other bands?
The
Not
answer
that you're aware of.
Oh, the answer is not that you're aware of.
The Melvins.
This is Adam. I just want to know what you guys are doing, typing questions in your computer, asking us about us. Just sell everything you own, move out to Los Angeles, and start living in our Tool compound. Working for us, having children for us.
And worshiping us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listening to our music and
Worshipping.
just treating us like the gods that we are.
Doing our precious laundry. Our sacred, doing the sacred laundry. Cooking the sacred meal.
What was the first concert you went to?
Rick Springfield.
That's Maynard.
For real?
Maynard sings Rick Springfield. Yes, absolutely. Sparks opened up.
Danny's was Leonard Skinner.
Justin's was AC/DC, I think.
No way.
You young pup. Blair's was Grand Funk Railroad. But I'm not in the band. They just slapped me.
I can't remember the first show I saw.
Come on. What you want? Where can I get
I
some?
think I saw the Eagles.
Wow.
Have you ever masturbated on stage?
David, question for Botchel.
That'd be a good question for Maynard, actually.
Oh, that's my question?
'Cause I'm...
Have I ever masturbated on
You're
stage?
the only one with your hands free.
Well, I think what they actually are asking is conceptually. Have you ever, quote unquote, masturbated on stage?
No, I think they really want to know if you had the pink in your hand. Okay.
Okay, next question.
Question for
Not
Gorby.
That's a good one.
What are you doing up there?
Annie, have you ever done anything besides Tool? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I avoided work my whole life.
Like all true geniuses.
Not by the hair on his chinny chin chin.
No, Dan, you've done a lot of stuff. Anything you want to talk about?
Come on, Dan, let's have the Danny Carey resume.
Come on,
Yeah, I
Dan.
played with a band called the Biza Bar that was going to be the next big thing, but our singer committed suicide.
How do you commit suicide?
I don't know. This is with a gardening tool.
That's how they got the name of the band? Or we already went through that. We already covered that material. What happens if you play the Tool album backwards? Well, which one?
You become an alcoholic.
And you destroy your record needle. You'll have to
Who
buy
still
a
has
new needle.
records? Hey, that's the last beer.
There's two more.
If you play the Tool records backwards, it will instruct you on how to go about starting your own clinic for calculus, and
Whoa.
it'll tell you to work hard to stay in
Don't
school.
drink that one.
Is that Creed? They destroyed our beer. Not only did they drink it, but they sabotaged the ones we did have.
Who writes the lyrics?
Maynard.
Maynard, what about
Maynard
you?
writes the lyrics.
Okay.
Duh.
Couldn't they have got that information?
I think that, you know.
Somebody ask a hard question, please.
Do you ever get stage
Do you ever have
fright?
stage fright? Well, that's a good question.
That is a good one.
I have it every day, even the days I don't play on stage.
I
Yeah.
got it right now.
I have stage fright when I have to go renew my driver's license at the DMV.
Right, we didn't get to hear that.
Hang on, Dave wants to talk
David
about
wants
his
to chime
stage
in with his English wit.
Now this is at a ball game, right? You're talking,
Stage fright when you're at a sporting event. There's a lot of guys in the same toilet, and you can't take a wee.
What's
Read that one.
What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen?
you mean a European or an African swallow?
What is your quest?
Ah!
What is your favorite color?
I was going to just ask David if was that a Raider game?
No, the Hamilton Tiger Cat game.
Favorite video? Well, there's an exciting one.
Assmaster 3.
And that was Maynard.
DVDA from Adam.
You
DVDA.
didn't know.
Double vaginal, double anal.
I think Assmaster 3 is far better. Maynard speaking, of course.
Well, Kippy, you were in that.
They weren't quite on it for the first one, and the second one they kind of tightened it up a little bit. Assmaster 3, they got it down.
Is Henry
Danny's
Rollins
is still
on
window licker.
Henry Rollins is actually, I don't know if people realize this, but Henry Rollins was the inspiration behind Rain Man.
Oh, we're getting sued by Krispy Kreme. What were you saying about Jesus and sober, Maynard?
I was saying that he wasn't fucking listening.
Okay. Jesus
And why
was
should
one of those gasoline-powered Mexicans working on your property or something. What is this about?
Yeah, he's a mobile go guy.
Next question.
I had a huge lawn back when I lived in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I had a huge yard,
By the box.
and I had this guy who used to work on my lawn, one of those Moblo Go guys, and he wouldn't listen, so I fired him.
Was he drinking? Is that sober? I mean,
Yeah, he absolutely was drunk.
Okay.
It's Adam. Move out here. Sell your possessions. Worship us. Try to find us where we live. And kill us.
Ouch.
That's a joke.
Danny, no, we were never called Tool Shed, but we used to take Maynard out to the tool shed and give him his Uptons.
It's just dessert.
I was corrected in the correct fashion in the tool shed.
We're ready for the next question. This tool shed's killing.
Absolutely. We listen to all the classical stuff.
Like Creed?
BTO, Led Zeppelin, Styx, Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, actually, they all listen to classical music and verify.
Foreigner's probably on my top of my list.
Yeah, you know the classics, like Blink.
Take it easy.
Next question.
Would Uriah Heep be considered classic?
By the way, you can ask me a question. I'm the newsletter writer, and you can
anyone have any questions
come
for
back
Blair?
and get me. For
the newsletter writer,
Blair. Any of you that felt the venom of my wit want to come back and Stacy has one.
References on Undertow. I wasn't aware that I put any references on my resume.
Next question.
Oh boy.
What kind of equipment do you use? This is Adam. I use a guitar.
Danny uses drums.
And I use some pedals. And,
okay.
This is Maynard. I use a Lafavoni espresso press.
He does.
And
he has two.
coffee.
And he didn't pay for either of them.
None of it.
Of course. Do you abuse people because you are famous and you can?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the question? I couldn't understand.
You idiot.
God, who wrote that one?
Some moron. What are you, an idiot? Or
what are you, stupid?
You're talking to Tool. You freaking fool.
Never. Can I give you some advice as a famous person? Never drink and then do a web chat.
Never, ever, anything, ever, bloody, ever.
Get an erection, put it in the garbage disposal, and turn it on.
Are you ever going to release a DVD?
Yes! As a matter of fact, tomorrow! That's why we're here.
Good timing.
That sounds like a fake question to me.
This Adam, we love our fans, though. We love you guys.
It's fun to kind of pick on you.
Work hard, stay in school.
What's that question, Blair?
If you had to do a public service announcement, what would be on it?
What would it be on?
What would
public
it be on?
service?
Mr. 4 beers.
I would probably discuss the dangers of alcoholism.
Creed could have killed him, one of them. Here's a good one for Danny Carey.
Why don't you answer that one, Blair?
All right. Actually, nobody is certain of the answer to this. It's a great mystery and a great riddle.
And ego.
But it does translate as "and in Arcadia," Arcadia, the pastoral paradise of French and other people that can't be answered.
Ex ego arcana dio.
It just comes out straight, "and in Arcadia I am."
But what about the anagram of it?
The anagram of it.
The anagram is, well, there's several of them. Be gone with you. Ever do a song with the melody?
Ex ego arcana dio.
Yes.
It's Adam, and yes, we have. It's on a Melvin's album called The Cry Baby. It's called Divorce, and it's been out for about 6 months now.
And do yourself a favor, if you're lucky enough to find the vinyl for it, and pick it up.
What's that?
Incredible artwork.
Wait, we just got yelled at. What happened?
This Adam, a guy just came in and told us we had 30 minutes and to please not do what we were doing.
What were we doing?
You guys can't see it, but we have to stop. So, Justin, stop.
Apparently this isn't a urinal.
Hey, would you like to talk about the lyrics to Hush?
Maynard?
Yes, I could talk about the lyrics to Hush. I could probably even write them down for you. If you want, I can describe them in detail and give you kind of a map of how to go about listening to them. I can even draw pictures. There are some photos that go with them as well. And if you're patient enough, you can download them on eatadick.com.
If you couldn't be musicians, what would you be?
Stanley, I think I could be a haberdasher. Excuse me. What size do you wear?
I would be a
I think I could manage something like that.
Adam won't answer this, but he's always told me he wanted to be a steeplejack. Wanted to polish the steeples on all the churches.
I think I'd choose to be a professor of carpet technology or lesbian science.
You should introduce yourself as that.
Test market positive thinking.
Here's one for Maynard. Maynard, what is your security code to your alarm system at your house?
It's a number.
Well, can you give us a rhyme? Rhymes with what?
It's between 1 and 1 million.
Tell it in a limerick.
Limerick.
Who does your artwork? That's a good question.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose
Thank was bigger than a bucket.
whose hunter was bigger than
Adam, good one.
Sweet and Dicky could suck it.
How do you feel about people remixing your music?
Uh,
It depends on who.
depends on which people.
Most of the stuff I've heard has been really silly, but I would let Dave Bottrell remix something. I would let
Because he's the only one that would remix something because he mixed it in the first place.
You got gone.
My favorite part about actually
Everyone
doing
else
this
has to
entire
mix it
web
for the
chat
first time still.
is
All right, slow down. If you had to be trapped in a room with Britney Fire Spears or George W. Bush, does George Bush like? Yeah, George W. Who would you choose?
Christina Aguilera.
Can you have a weapon? If you could have a weapon, I'd rather be in there with George W. Bush.
In a positive way
Christina Aguilera,
or in
right?
a negative way. Like,
Who would argue with that?
That'll get you in trouble.
I mean, can we have sex with Bush? Because, like my friend Kevin Willis says, he's hot.
Downtown.
Downtown.
I don't know anything about a worm with braces. Do you, Adam?
This is Adam. That's our friend Chet.
Prepubescent worm.
That's his son. Fritz. And that's some background images that we show when we play live. So come see us live.
And buy the box set before you do that.
My favorite part of doing this entire web chat, by the way, this is Maynard. My favorite part of doing this web chat is we're so drunk that we think we're really clever. And every time we say something that we think is clever, we look up to see if Camilla approves.
When is Danny Carey going to put out a full-feature tablature book? Please, Danny. Look how many exclamation marks are there. You going to do it?
Yeah, I am. Soon.
Soon. Pretty vague.
As soon as Maynard describes Hush.
When are you going on tour?
I'm working on it.
We're on tour right now.
We'll go on tour after our album comes out. It's Adam. After our album comes out
On the 17th of April, which is a certain singer's birthday.
A certain singer.
A certain singer.
Well, since you're going out on tour, I suppose you do like going out on tour.
Nope.
Actually,
But I could be wrong.
I like going on tour, actually.
How old are you? This is Adam. I'm 4. I'm this many.
I'm this many. Count my fingers.
They're just
How old are you?
We're all between the ages of 20 and 40.
There's grass on
Not
the
me.
field, so play ball.
Grass on the field? Play ball.
Video. Maynard, you want to answer this one?
I always thought it was mow the lawn.
Are you releasing a full-length video?
There's grass on the field, mow the lawn.
Well, it all depends on who you talk to as far as like what full length is.
Bigger, longer, and uncut.
Probably nothing full length, right? Why give them full length when they'll take less?
Right.
I think the
Nothing
whole
full-length.
thrust of releasing a full-length video is to give it all away. We don't want to give it all away. No.
I was hoping we'd be able to read people's email names or what they're signing on as.
Well,
Yeah, who are you?
Yes. Who are you guys?
maybe next year we'll do this.
When you ask your question, write in your name so we can see it.
I think they are doing that.
Just so you guys know, we do appreciate that you're writing in and asking these questions. We're just absolutely chronic smartasses, so you have to bear with us. It's our defense mechanism.
And there's Camilla, who set this whole thing up.
Wow, look at that. They put the names on them.
All right. I don't know if this is real or not, but what advice can you give me and my band? Can you get signed Jerk Off, 79.
Yeah, the advice that we can give you is to just play music. Don't worry about all the fucking math. Don't worry about the money. Just play the music. Keep playing. Play more. Write songs. Enjoy the music.
It's Adam. Play from your heart, not your brain.
Danny Carey?
Record deals are the beginning of your nightmares. If you play the music you want to play, you can't
It's
go
not
wrong.
worth trying to get signed. No fucking way.
Next question.
Save this up.
Practice being smartasses or just actually,
That's from Angel.
like we said, we have a disclaimer. Because of the delay, because there's an hour delay in this webcast,
Because we're doing it from space.
and because there was a lot of beer in the room, being a smartass comes naturally.
You have 24 minutes.
This isn't really a question. You have 20 minutes. But,
Do we have 20 more minutes?
Dave, you want to try to answer that one?
I think it sounds about right.
All right, so we'll
I'm
take...
wondering if Angel's from
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Angel, send us another question.
Are you
Yeah.
from Hawaii?
Where did you grow up?
Well, Midwest,
Maynard
With
from the
the-
Midwest.
with the exception of Justin, who grew up in England.
Yeah, we all grew up in the Midwest.
Kent?
Jake. M-I-O.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah, we could think about that question for a real long time.
Yeah.
But we want to move along.
Yes, as a matter of fact, Dusty11, you can email Adam. His email address is adam@toolband.com. He's looking forward to your emails and some of those photos you've been sending me. Thank you.
Yeah, send us like photos and raunchy stuff. Take Polaroids of your private parts and
When he says private parts, he means private parts of your house.
Justin loves porn. Send Justin at toolband.com. Lots of porn.
Lots.
I prefer architectural drawings. What's Maynard?
I'm not sure this is a real question.
And Dan likes child pornography.
I'm suspicious of many of
He's
you.
a member of NAMBLA.
NAMBLA, we're not killers.
We're not killers. But
Hey,
Danny,
Danny,
send me something.
Danny needs a trolley question.
When's your next webcast? This is so fucking...
Let's do it tomorrow. Fuck it.
Dude!
Right after
As long as the beer keeps flowing like fucking wine, or the beer flows like wine. Webcast tomorrow. Fuck it.
More questions.
I think you wrote that one, too.
I don't think
That's
that's
not a question.
Adam, we will be
Who wrote that? You can't say that.
rebroadcasting this so you can enjoy it over and over and over.
What's your favorite instrument to play from Bill Pavey?
Bill Pavey.
Hey, Bill.
What's your favorite instrument to play?
Sunny PlayStation.
Yeah.
How about Danny just listing all your drums one by one? Then we'll get out of here.
Oh, no.
Then we'll get out of here.
Oh, no.
Just tell them all your shit. Well, what's the pyramid on my tool
Stop
shirt?
answering your own question.
I'm not sure, but I
It's a
shipped it to
pyramid,
you.
Bugs Bunny.
The pyramid on your tool shirt is what it is. We did a shirt that had a pyramid on it, and
Standard
it's
Masonic
a pyramid on your shirt.
Blair.
It's a standard Masonic pyramid. Eye in the triangle, baby. I've seen 1,000. If I've seen one, I've seen 1,000. Bugs Bunny, if that really is you.
Oh, so you're rich.
If you really are Bugs Bunny.
Do you have a PlayStation 2, Jimmy Hoffa? Jimmy, where have you been? Everyone's been looking.
Jimmy
for you.
Hoffa, this is Maynard answering Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy, do you mean, do I have a PlayStation also?
Do you have a PlayStation 2, or do you have a PlayStation 2? Oh,
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the question. Could you speak up?
This
I have one in Japan.
What is an opiate?
It is an EP.
Derivative from a poppy plant.
Nate? Go ahead, Mary.
What?
Opiate.
And Opiate is an EP from Tool. Released in 92.
Justin, anything to chime in?
No.
I didn't think so.
Chime away.
But in Tennessee, they call those opiates.
Opates.
What genre of music do you consider your work? What genre?
Philip P.A., you're a genius. Because
Genre.
What genre do you consider you?
Philip, we're going to need an address. Phil
What's
PA,
the
we're going to need an address or a P.O. box or whatever, because we're going to send you $2 for that wonderful word genre.
What's your stance on drugs?
Very wide stance.
Fine.
Very wide stance, very grounded, knees wide apart, elbows out a little bit, with fingers and hands extended, ready to receive the onslaught of...
Danny, do you have a stance on this subject, or would you just prefer to...
Barrier is how I would finish it.
I just want to say, come samba campaba.
Was winning a Grammy the proudest moment ever? Honeybee.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Winning a Grammy was one of our proudest moments, or it could have been, until we tried to walk into the front door and we were denied because Madonna or someone else was trying to walk in at the same time, and we got sent to the back door.
Good.
Remember that?
Is that right?
Well, they wouldn't let us walk through the front door.
I say we just pulled the plug on this whole thing. That's absurd.
We weren't worthy, so it was kind of put a hamper on things.
Hey, Honeybee, you just brought back a lot of bad memories. Let's move on.
Adam, can you guys, instead of asking us questions, tell us stuff, and we'll ask you questions.
Yeah, for the last 10 minutes of this broadcast, we want you to tell us stuff, and we'll
Favorite
rate it
author,
like we would
Adam?
at the Olympics.
Favorite author, favorite book. What's new? Anything?
Favorite author, John Crowley, one of my favorites.
Egypt.
Gary Mullis. Dr. Gary Mullis.
He was
Dancing
a good, he
naked
was
in
a
the
good
minefield.
OJ witness. He could have been. Could have been a good witness. Dan?
Spring Chicken. The Spring Chicken.
Any
Is that
favorite
the...
books? I think Danny just read Beyond the Mauve Zone. It's a real good one.
Yeah. Kenneth Grant. It's got to be.
Kenneth Grant, I'd have to second that. How about you, Just? He just writes them.
I read
I
it.
think the last 10 minutes
He doesn't.
of this, we should do it naked.
He doesn't. Come on.
I
He
have to
doesn't
give
read
up.
because he's from England. Man.
Come on!
Look, I just put my clothes back on. Why would I take them back off?
I'm with you. I'm here.
If you were a 17-year-old girl, which band member would you want?
If I was a 17-year-old girl, I would
66.
want Maynard, most definitely.
Which band member you want?
Where would you want him?
Maynard.
What do you mean by what?
How about you?
What I would
If
first
I
do
was
as
a
a 17-year-old girl, what I would do as a
Which band
17-year-old
member
girl, I
would
would
you want?
FedEx
60 sticks.
I would
Maynard
want to
a
do
videotape
all
of
four
myself.
members of Tool.
Photos
And
included.
I would want to like, do
Resume.
them so many times it would beat like the all-time record of like the gangbang.
who was her? What was her name?
Someone beat her.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know about these questions anymore. I believe these are coming in.
Hillary Clinton.
I would make out with some dead.
And if I couldn't have Hillary, I'd settle for Chelsea. I'm sure she's cuter, but I think Hillary has more experience
I would be so sure of that.
with women.
Yeah. Okay. It's great to be in a free country or almost free country.
What do I think about you? What do you want? Hang on. 17-year-old girl would want to
Oh,
meet
her
you.
question's getting through here.
I'll see you in a year with a resume. Photo resume.
Send photos to Maynard
Play ball.
at
Guys on the field, play ball.
Send us a Polaroid of yourself, and we'll get back to you.
Camilla's horrified right now.
From the waist down, preferably.
She's working hard though.
She's having a beer too.
Now, this gives us a chance to catch up on our drinking while we wait.
Come on,
for
more questions.
which is
I
always
think we've
good.
exhausted our supply.
Hey, does anyone have a question for Justin, who's
I would just like to say,
completely naked now and asleep?
And sober.
What do you want to know?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, well,
if you had to be one of the other band members, which one would you be?
It's Justin Weber.
I would absolutely want to be Blair.
Justin Lover.
I would be Blair too.
I'd want to be Blair.
You'd all want to be Blair, but technically I'm not a band member, so.
You kind of are.
Well,
I mean, you do write all our songs and play our music. Oh, God!
I did name the album.
No.
Sell the shirts, drive
They
the truck.
help you.
I'm also
get
sheriff
your
of Hollywood.
talking.
Ask yourself a question, then answer
Okay.
in the third person.
Adam, what is your favorite fruit? I like
Bananas.
Kumquats.
we prefer kumquats.
10 minutes and counting.
Come on, you have 10 minutes to ask a real esoteric question.
We need
Okay,
more
for the next 10 minutes, we need you to include a word in your question that you don't think that we understand what the word is.
Yeah.
A $10 word. Include
Get
your
your
address,
dictionaries
please.
out
Hey,
and put your thinking caps on.
boxers, briefs, crotchless panties.
Adam, boxers.
All the above.
Maynard,
Danny.
layers, starting with the crotchless panties, because I think crotchless panties look great over boxers.
Hey, breathe.
Justin, throat strap. Jock strap. Who has the largest?
Yeah.
and,
That would be
alright.
Danny Carey.
It's got to be Danny plays basketball.
I don't know. He does have big hands, big feet, but you haven't seen me.
Or is it the end of an action?
Who has really tiny hands, really tiny feet. But I'm a freak.
Only his proctologist knows
I
for
can
sure.
work in a freak show.
Okay, move on.
See the man with tiny hands and tiny feet, but see him.
What part of the body is
Remember.
baculum?
It's the opposite side of the frontulum.
Okay, moving
That's
on.
the beer talking.
You've been answered. Dr. Med, if that is your real name.
Dr. Med, if that is what you actually are called.
Well, gives us a chance to talk about that old box set, Salival. Be in the stores tomorrow, limited.
Be there at midnight tonight for the midnight sale.
There are 2 secrets on there.
2. There's secrets
One on the
on all of
DVD.
them.
Prince,
One on the CD.
absolutely. Take that fucking midget out.
We're not telling you to kill Prince,
He's an embarrassment.
but
Danny's would have been
But you
George Bush,
understand.
because then we would have taken care of 2 in one blow.
Why is the box set limited? Can't sell that many, probably.
Because we realize that there's people out there in the world who will buy 16 copies of The Exorcist because they keep adding some silly little thing that makes it worth you going out and spending another $20 for it.
wait, Maynard, didn't you kill John Lennon? Is that you?
Not that you're aware of.
What's your favorite movie? Is that on The Devils?
The Devils.
1984.
This is Danny, Back to the Future.
Oh, I love that. You know,
Which one? The first one or all
where
of
he
them?
sees himself. He comes down the hill and he sees himself in the car.
Yeah, wow.
Hey,
It's a mind blower.
Danny, mate, we got to talk after this thing, man. That's amazing, mine too. We got to talk after
This is Maynard. Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
Battlefield Earth is my favorite film. It stretches time.
Who named this? Who named this thing? I think it's Justin. What does Salival mean? The title.
It's,
Pretty obvious, I'd say.
It means the cattle are dying.
Get the old celestial juices flowing.
That's right.
That's about it. Right?
It has something to do with the saliva of the rose, but that's a secret of sex magic. We'll talk about it later on the newsletter. Keep coming. No pun intended. Eulogy has to be one of the best metal songs ever.
Off the internet.
Where does Adam come up with such elaborate arrangements?
He downloads them off the internet.
Yeah, I get them off Napster. Actually, we all write the music, dude. We all come up with arrangements. So that's where we come up with our elaborate. I'll be serious for a second, since I'm not.
1001.
What's the next question?
Who would open for Tool when you go on tour?
Who would open for Tool? Led Zeppelin if they were together, but they're not.
I'm trying to talk to bands if we go to Europe to get a band called Meshuggah to open for us. 'Cause I love them. They're great.
Will you play England?
Justin, are we gonna play in England?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Glastonbury.
We love England.
2001.
We're gonna try and play all the festivals this
Keep
summer.
making them crop circles.
Glastonbury, 2001.
Gotta make it happen.
Keep them crop circles coming.
Is there a theme to the next album?
Write your congressman, or whatever it is in
A
England.
theme.
What is it?
MP.
Write your MP.
Is there a theme for the next album? And introduce yourselves. We're getting tired of not knowing who you are.
Introducing ourselves. This is Maynard. The theme for the next record.
Can I introduce you?
Huge,
Okay.
huge and evil.
Here is Maynard. Maynard, take it away.
The theme for the next record would have to do with, it's kind of a sitcom thing. What we have is like, there's two girls living in an apartment, and like a guy moves in, and the landlord doesn't want like a guy moving in, so he pretends to be gay, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in the wrong door, and all hell breaks loose.
No. You forgot about the song about the wacky next door neighbors.
Oh, there's some wacky next door neighbors. They happen to be British. Just happen to be British. Wacky and British doesn't necessarily always go together, but in this case it does. And that's the theme of the record.
Hey.
Communication breakdown.
You're rich, other than that. I'll be reflected, I guess.
Not yet.
Does anyone have any questions for the webmaster?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, we can read that one.
Pretty authoritative source that the idea of a human with 48 chromosomes would be a horrible mutation. What are your thoughts on this?
Actually,
what exactly is 46 and 2 getting at? There you go.
Well, it's actually 46 chromosomes and an X or a Y. That's what the 2 is about. Not necessarily 48 chromosomes. It's 46 and an X or a Y.
Which would be 47.
A 48 with then the other two Ys would be a horrible mutation.
And it would not be 2 Ys.
Probably worse than our point.
And it would be probably bordering on hermaphrodite.
Maynard, what belt do you hold in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and what is your favorite fishing movie? Oh, finishing move.
Finishing move. My favorite fishing movie is Deliverance.
On the wall.
My favorite fishing movie is Deliverance, and I hold a blue belt.
Hey,
in my one hand, and in my other hand I hold.
It's Adam, and I would like to just shamelessly promote Tool right now. Tonight, later on tonight, we are going to offer Salival box sets for sale, and they will be signed by a band member, if you're interested, or two.
Not necessarily a band member of Tool.
No, Tool. Oh, a band member of Tool will sign.
Okay. Oh, really? Because I thought we were going to get the Deftones in here to sign them for us.
What would be your message to the new fan, Maynard?
A message to a new fan would be...
don't jack off in it.
Listen. Just listen.
Okay.
Ohio.
Budman 3933. I'm Budman 3933.
Absolutely, Budman.
We're coming to your town, Budman.
You live in Cleveland?
Hey, Justin. How's the writing process been different with Justin's involvement?
Actually, a lot easier.
We tend to make decisions with a British accent.
Oh, blimey, Governor.
I think limey riffs are way better than American riffs, than septic tank Yankee riffs. Septos. Justin, you want to answer? You want us to just keep interrupting you?
No, that's fine.
Free beer.
Kind of the gift that keeps giving.
Is that the name of a band?
Free beer.
We can't give out that information. I mean, we don't want to promote beer. You know, brand names. Creed does that.
Don't have sex and don't do drugs. But move out to California and join our compound.
Don't drink the beer.
Shave your head.
Creed promotes.
Do the sacred laundry.
What's this one?
With all that attention that bubblegum pop, bubblegum pop music group is getting, do you think the release of the new album will perhaps help draw some of that attention away to more groups of substance?
I think that a release of our record will be a minor ripple in that big pond, and that the bubblegum pop is a far deeper,
as the British would say, not bloody likely,
music.
That's up to all of you to change that.
Actually, the evil's too thick. We'll never break through the evil.
We're trying to take up all the space.
Yo, Tool.
Yo,
Tool. Somebody forgot to put the Y.
No.
They obviously what?
I don't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Next question.
Ralph Nader told me never to buy dangerous toys. Years and years
I saw that
ago.
porno.
Well, there's something askew.
What?
Have you ever released Diary of a Man?
Suck fucking Billy.
No. I'm just like...
I think they got the next guy's
I think that's
questions
fucking
with
Howardale.
No, it's not. No. Anyway, go on.
I'm a martyr. I'm sacrificing calculus study time for your webcast.
And I thank you.
Good job.
And I thank you.
Buy a T-shirt.
Buy a T-shirt, please.
I'll ship it.
Yes, absolutely.
His
So
tool
that
will
we can
start
rape artists like we have been raped.
Yeah.
But don't send us any tapes. We'll call you. Don't call us.
We'll call you.
Your Fs.
When we want to rape you, we'll call you.
Oh, this is a good question, actually, right here for you, Maynard.
Yes,
wrote
there are.
that?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Who wrote that? That's an insider.
I bet it's Vince.
Somebody wrote it in.
We're suspicious.
Good question. Buzz from the Melvins is on here too. He's probably writing.
Damn, I was gonna Mike David to that one, but okay.
More questions.
Or beer.
One left.
Email us some beer.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've offended everybody.
We've exhausted our supply of questions.
I think we've offended.
I have a question from the fans. Do you love us? I mean,
even as much as we've just insulted you.
Do you love us?
And as drunk as we are. What artist contributed to the box set booklet? Sid Cato!
Cam De Leon!
Our
Spiral Eyes!
And a host of others.
We should spell those though. Sid Cato.
Y-D.
S-Y-D-K-A-T-O. Sid Cato.
Chet Zar's C-H-E-T-Z-A-R.
And Duncan Blake's got one of the nicest photos.
And he works at a very nice company called Screaming Lobster, where they do all of our computer kind of effects.
Cam De Leon.
Cam De Leon, which is C-A-M. Next word D-E. Next word L-E-O-N.
And Duncan Blake, master photographer. Live visuals.
Getting too drunk to spell that one. Last question.
That's
Maynard.
pretty obvious.
How come Maynard gets the last question?
Yeah.
What a ripoff.
I find my inspiration from my vocal patterns
from Wales.
$3 to Jason. From Joni Mitchell.
He's serious.
And that's the funny part.
Bye, you guys. We love you.
Last few words.
Buy the box set. You'll never regret it.
Thank you very much for being patient with us.
And don't blame
I know
Creed.
we realize we're very obnoxious.
Don't blame Creed.
And we trust that you're intelligent enough people to absorb our wit and not be insulted. We're in this with you. And thank you very much.
It's been fun, and we'll do it again.
This interview would have been much, much better if those fucking Creed bastards wouldn't have drank all our beer.
Here, dear.
Anything else, Justin?
Pleasure not to see you all again.
And that should conclude it. We're going to go to that Krispy Kreme. What do we brought by? Krispy Kreme condoms.
Sponsored by Krispy Kreme condoms. Thank you very much. And Maynard saying...
Goodbye.
Happy trails.